Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Friday, September 2nd, and this is the MLB DFS video for today. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look back at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about my core picks for today. It is a 13-game main slate, so it's quite the opposite of the 3-game main slate that we did have yesterday. And then talking about my top GPP stacks. At the time of this recording, my article is not yet published over at webetats.com, but once that is available, I'll leave a link to that down in the comments below, so definitely be sure to check that out as well. But without further ado, we'll get started with a recap of yesterday's picks. At the pitcher position, we had Spencer Strider at $9,900. Got to 82 points yesterday. A very awesome day for him. He was a hit, the top overall pitcher on yesterday's slate. The only bad thing about him is about 60% of people played him, so there wasn't too much leverage to gain there. Then at second base, we had Colt Long at $3,000. Unfortunately, ended up with 0 points yesterday, so he was a mess and 0 for 3 on the day. The Brewers hitters kind of hurt us overall. Willie Adames, same way, $3,600, got to 3 points, so he was a mess. And then we're just going to jump down to Garrett Mitchell as part of that too. He was $2,400, got to 0 points. He was a mess. He was 0 for 2, so I do believe they pinch hit for him later on in the game as well. And then last but not least, we had Rafael Devers at $3,700, got to 28.9 points, so he was a hit in the top overall third baseman on yesterday's slate. So we had the top pitcher, the top third baseman. Unfortunately, the Brewers that we did have in our core picks did not end up working out yesterday. Their offense was kind of stagnant. Merrill Kelly did pitch rather well. So a little bit of an unfortunate day there, but with that being said, we'll get moved over to the core picks for today. So we're going to start off at the pitcher position with Jordan Montgomery. He's $9,600, averaging over 28 fantasy points on this season. Goes against the Chicago Cubs. He has pitched extremely well versus them this year, once when he was a member of the Yankees, and the last time out with the Cardinals. In that Cardinals game, he pitched a complete game. I think it was a two-hitter in that game too, so definitely a ton of upside with him there, at a reasonable price tag of $9,600 today. Then we move down to first base with Pete Alonso at $3,700, averaging just under 12 fantasy points per game. Goes against the Washington Nationals and Patrick Corbin today. He has 13 for 34 with 5 home runs versus Patrick Corbin in his career, so definitely a ton of upside there. Pete Alonso slowed down just a little bit, hasn't been crushing the ball quite as much in recent games, but could turn that around rather quickly once again today. Then we moved down to third base with Rafael Devers. Obviously, we did end up playing him yesterday, averaging just over 11.5 fantasy points per game on the season. Still going against the Texas Rangers today. It is going to be Dallas Keuchel on the mound, and Rafael Devers is 6 for 7 versus Dallas Keuchel in his career, so pretty good upside there. He's only gotten out once versus Dallas Keuchel in his career. No home runs versus him yet, but that could definitely change today as well. Then we move down to shortstop with Gunnar Henderson. Obviously, he's a rookie. This is his third career game, $2,600. Fairly reasonable price tag there. Goes against the Oakland A's. Looks like it's going to be JP Sears today. Doesn't have any MLB history versus him. They may have faced each other in the minors. I didn't dig that deep at this point in time, but Henderson, his first game, he had a home run. Second game, stole base. So there's a little bit of a power-speed combo there. Definitely somebody to target at one of those cheaper price tags today. And then last but not least, we have Max Kepler, $2,600. Averaging over 8 fantasy points per game on the season. Goes against the Chicago White Sox as Davis Martin pitching today. He has no history in his career versus Davis Martin, but Max Kepler has always kind of been this guy that is the White Sox killer, the guy that hits a lot of home runs versus them and everything else like that. Definitely could be a favorable matchup for him. Once again, he's starting to swing the bat a little bit better as well. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that do have lists here, you have $12,600 remaining, just over $3,100 per player. You could definitely look at paying up for another option if you want to do so, find a couple other value plays, or if you want to take a little bit more balanced approach, that's definitely fine as well. So with that being said, we'll get moved over to the top stacks for today. As I already mentioned, my article is not yet published over at webetats.com, but once that is available, I will leave a link to that down in the comments below. But in terms of the top stacks that we do have for today, we have the New York Mets going against Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin's really struggled this year. Probably going to be the only pitcher to get 20 losses this year, and it's been a little while since a pitcher got to 20 losses. So not a good year for him by any means, but he's still making a lot of money, and the Mets have hit him pretty good historically, so I would not be surprised if that happens once again today. Then we have the St. Louis Cardinals going against Adrian Sampson of the Chicago Cubs. Some of these hitters have hit him pretty good in the past. Tyler O'Neill and Nolan Arenado being the 2 main ones, but you could always look at Paul Goldschmidt and Albert Pujols in there as well. Then we move down to the Minnesota Twins going against Davis Martin, still a relatively young pitcher for the Chicago White Sox. And obviously this Twins team has never faced him before, so no history there. So that could be something in favor of the Twins since Davis Martin, he's an okay pitcher, still relatively young and proven at this point in time. He wasn't a super highly regarded prospect or anything else like that, though. And then last but not least, we have the Boston Red Sox going against Dallas Keuchel. A lot of these hitters do have pretty good history versus him in the past, so definitely a ton of upside there once again today. But with that being said, these are my core 5 picks as well as top GPP stacks for today, September 2nd. As always, if you have any questions related to MLB DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on today's slate, whether it's someone from my core 5 picks, whether it's someone from my top GPP stacks, or whether it's a completely different player you guys think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing what you have to say. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, primarily MLB DFS at this point in time, but the NFL season is right around the corner, so we'll be starting up NFL DFS content next week, and then once we get back around to the NBA regular season, I will be covering that as well. And then with that being said, if you are a newer current subscriber who's yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily MLB DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.